Muse Makers, welcome back. Today we're going to be teaching you how to create your very own spring gnome. I'm going to be using these paint colors today: green, yellow, red, black, and white. Now I have a full array of brushes that I'm going to be using today, but the main thing is you want to make sure that you have at least one square flat brush. I have two, one's a little bit larger than the other. You also want to have one small pointy brush for all your fine little details. I also have two different sizes, but one should be good enough. And then one brush that's kind of in the middle. So I'm going to start off by drawing out my gnome with a little bit of yellow paint on a small pointed brush. First, we want to locate the nose. It's going to be a nice oval egg shape towards the bottom half of our canvas, somewhere right in the middle. Then we're going to draw a line on the left and right side of the nose, very close to the edge of the canvas, and then draw a curved line down to the bottom on both sides to etch out where the beard is going to be. For the hat, we're going to start off by drawing a nice tall cone shape or a nice triangle. Now we do want to curve that top edge over as if the hat is folding over on itself. So I'm going to start by curving the top over like a rainbow, and then towards the middle of that point at the top of the hat, drawing a curved line out to meet it so that it looks like the point has folded over. Then grab a large brush and mix up your background color. I'm doing a nice minty green with a scoop of white and a little bit of green, and filling up my entire background with this color. Feel free to do something different if you want. Maybe you want like a pink, or maybe you want an orange or a green. It's really up to you, but go ahead and fill in that background. Now once your background is done, we're going to be taking our smaller square brush, if you have a smaller square brush, or the one you already have, or a medium brush. We're going to be mixing up the hat color, taking a scoop of white and a scoop of yellow and mixing that up. Then we're just going to work to fill in the hat. Next, we're going to work on the nose by creating a nice peachy color. With our medium brush, I'm going to be grabbing a scoop of white and a very small touch of yellow and red, mixing that up to get a nice peachy light color. We're going to fill in our nose, and while it's wet, we're actually going to be doing some blending. So fill in that nose. And once you fill it in, we're just going to take a little bit of red, add it to that peach. Take a small bit of that light pink and add it along the bottom edge of the nose. We're going to then quickly clean off our brush and use a slightly damp brush. It's not sopping wet, but a slightly damp brush to blend that peach and pink together in the middle so you have a nice gradient. You want it to slowly go from peach to pink. Next, we're going to focus on the beard. Taking my medium brush, getting it in white paint, we're going to fill in the entire beard with white first. We're actually going to be blending some gray on top to get the illusion of hair. Let's get some hair texture in there, but we're going to be doing some wet on wet blending, so throw that white in as quickly as possible. And then we're going to be mixing together a light gray with some white and a little tiny bit of black. Then we're going to use that same brush just to throw some streaks of this throughout the beard. Once you're done with your beard, we're going to take a quick dry break. Once our entire painting is dry, we're going to be coming back to add some stripes into our gnome's hat. I'm going to be taking my small square brush and mixing up a light pink with some white and red. I might even add a touch of yellow to it to make it more of like a corally pink color. And we're going to start at the tip of our hat and draw in some stripes, keeping them curved lines. You can do them straight if you want, but if you want it to look more 3D, add a little bit of curve to those lines. Now the trickiest part is when you're going to get to the part where the hat folds over. You're going to end up just painting in a triangle shape, and then you're just going to be doing some horizontal curved lines down the rest of the hat. Be mindful of the nose area as well so you don't paint over top of that. Next, we're going to add a flower to the tip of the hat. I'm going to be taking my medium brush and mixing up a hot pink by just adding some more red to the pink I used for the stripes in the hat. This is going to be very simple to do. You're just going to press on the outside of the petal and drag it in towards the center of the flower. I'm going to do that 5 times, fill in that middle, and you have a nice, beautiful little flower. We're going to be adding some highlights to it while it's still wet. So just grab a little bit of white paint on that same brush and flick some white into those petals just to get some fun different pink color shades in there. Lastly, for that flower, we're going to be adding a couple little dots of white in the middle. We're going to actually use the back handle of our brush. Stick that in the white paint and poke a whole bunch in the center of that flower. Now we're going to focus on the flowers that are in our background. I'm going to be making a little bit of a lighter pink, so adding some white to that hot pink with a small pointy brush. Doing the same drag and pull method for those flowers in the background, just keeping them a whole lot smaller. And feel free to put as many of these as you want. We're going to put some flowers in here. We're going to put some random one-off petals as well. Fill up your background with as many flowers as you want. Once your background is filled up, to those big flowers, we're going to take the handle of our brush in white paint and poke a dot in the center just to complete those flowers. With the white paint and the small brush, we're also going to be adding some highlights to the hat, just some over here on the right side, on the top of the hat where it folds over, and also a highlight on the top of the nose. With the white paint, we're also going to be adding some texture to the sides of the beard by flicking it outwards to kind of show strands of hair. We're also going to be adding some white throughout the beard if you want to break up any of that gray paint you put in earlier. Now the last and final step is to add some black lines to really make things pop. Using my smallest pointy brush in black, and we're going to etch out our hat and our nose and the main flower that is attached to the hat. Now, once you're done with your painting, don't forget to sign your name. Sign wherever you wish, but make sure you sign your painting so everyone knows who created this masterpiece. We'd love to see how they turned out at home. Feel free to post on social media and tag us at muse_paintbar so we can check them out. If you had a fantastic time and want to see more from our channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, don't forget to always paint outside the lines.